Ladies and gentlemen, we are celebrating the 25th anniversary of one of the greatest hip-hop projects ever, Wu-Tang, Enter the 36 Chambers.
Chambers.
Yes,
I have with us today Jamel Arif,
The Hot
a.k.a.
Chief.
the Hot Chief, Master Killer.
Yes, sir.
And the Chef, Raekwon.
No doubt. What up? What up?
I remember, when Rifkin sent out the record. You guys were another level. Like, you had definitely built on something super special. And then musically, when RZA was cutting and coming with those sounds, do you recall what you felt when you first heard those beats? Like, was it, because it was nothing we had ever heard before.
Right.
We had never heard anything like this before. So I'm sure when y'all walked in, you was like, Ray, was you like, yo, you want me to rap to this? Or what, did you get it off top?
Nah, it was like going to the movies, It was like, I don't know what this dude is gonna bring to the table, but I like his energy. Karate movies and all that was definitely something that was always on the table with us, because that's when he made a lot of his music. He's had this little radio in the crib that always stayed watching, movies and all that. RZA always had shit that, was different. So you could listen to the music and, glance and watch TV at the same time. It was like we up in there getting high, boom, smoking blunts, drinking, and he would just be in his zone. Dudes had their scarves on, just eating noodles and shit. I'm like, yo, this is some real,
The low main was popping.
Yeah, this is some real school right here, But it was something more like a hobby for him, and we just knew how to come in there and just be like, yo, add that, do this, or let me try something on that end. We seen the potential in him early. I'm talking about before niggas was picking up microphones on that level and really trying to do it professional. Like, he already was on that mission.
Right, because he had a deal.
He had a deal, him and Jizza.
Yeah.
So it was refreshing because we were so used to, early hip-hop, the Rakims, the KRS-One, the ones, and then this coming in and it was like, yo, it fits still. It's like it still plays a role within that whole hip-hop vibe, because RZA and all of them, the Jizz, come on, man. The Jizza was, he could have been a part of the Juice Crew.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
It was
right there.
Right. It was there for him, but, he was showing so much in God dimension, he was just like, I choose to do it, my way. You know what I mean? And respectfully declined that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they was already heroes in the hood. Jizza was more the person I looked at lyrical, and RZA was more the beat maker, the meister, of the situation. So just them two as your trainers, I knew we was walking into something real deal. Like, like if I wrote a rhyme and looked at Jizza and he winked his eye, that made me write like 10 more rhymes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh shit, I passed.
Right.
So that's why their names is so connected. RZA, Jizza. It's elements to certain brothers in this group that really, inspired us, man.
Also, because of where you from, Staten Island, you got a certain slang, you got a certain diction. And then your word choice.
That's right.
Right? Like,
that's right.
How did you craft that? How did you...
It's called block shit, man. It's just block shit, man. It's being on the block and then like we said, having knowledge. And we was already listening to what was in front of us, but at the same time, we had special around us that was just as strong as what we was hearing and being infatuated by. So all of that, the block, the neighborhood, the, growing up and... West Indians in the neighborhood, everything, all
Africans,
of that.
that.
A melting pot of people, just trying to make a living. And, it was almost like still being in Brooklyn, but we in Staten Island with it.
Yeah.
Being a fan of hip-hop forever. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, all the greats, Public Enemy, Kane's, Rakims, KRS, Slick Ricks, all the greats, Cold Crush, listening, just having a history of hip-hop, a history of kung fu movies, knowledge itself, all of your experiences. And then one day, Allah Just, the Jizza brings the tape, Protect Your Neck, into the crib when we playing chess. And say, yo, this is what I've been telling you about. And he throws that on, and I hear that. Because at this time, I don't know the rest of the brothers. I know RZA, I know Just, I know Dirty. At this time, I haven't met Shalal
Right, because
Raekwon
that's
yet.
Brooklyn.
You know what I'm
Brooklyn,
saying?
right.
Brooklyn. Wow.
So when he throws that on, it all clicks for me. And I go to the crib now, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna strive to construct something from everything that I just spoke about.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna present this to who I consider the master of it all, and I'm gonna see what he thinks. And I did that, and I gave it to Just and let him read it. And he read it. He was like, "You wrote this?" I said, "Yeah." He was like, "Yo, if you can learn how to say that." When I said it, was actually my first time in the booth. When I said it that night. All along, I'm practicing it at home to try to perfect it. You know what I'm saying? Because the day when I introduced it to Just, Dirty happened to come over that day, and he read it. So he's giving me all the pointers, and listen, you're gonna have to say it like this, and he's giving me his style, the way of saying it.
So Dirty helped out.
Exactly. So I'm taking notes from all of these components. You know what I mean? And the night of. That if you hear it, I feel like I'm yelling. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not even really used to a microphone yet. You know what I'm saying? But I guess the rhyme in itself was potent enough to hold the weight of everything else that was there, because that's what actually inspired me to grab the pen in the first place.
You remember it right now?
The rhyme?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it. Homicide is legal and death is a penalty. One justifies the homicide when he dies in his own iniquity. It's the master of the mantis rapture coming at you.
Hold on. See, when you start coming with bars like that, it's like his mind is on another level. But that's interesting because I didn't even know that. It was like an abominable genius type going on. For real. Like we laughing, but it was something totally different. Like something hitting the earth, like a comet or whatever. You know what I mean? Because, like you said, Staten Island and Brooklyn was so close, but we didn't even really hang out in Brooklyn that much unless we was going to get weed or going to Sheffy's Jamaican restaurant or, Palmetto, go get some branches. So for us to really merge and be like, yo, half is Brooklyn and half is Staten Island. That's interesting right there. You know what I mean? So when we met the God, and it's like he came through with Jizza, came through with a top rank official, and it was like, yo, he gonna be one of the, how y'all feel about that? And it was like, we heard it. It's like, what? He's in. And that's how things got done that way. You know what I mean? That's interesting. That's movie right there. That's like, come on, man. When you look at the video, like, he was the brother in the video with us that we needed somebody at that time to be like, yo, play this role. The killer was like, what? Let's get it done. I already see the vision. Let's, boom.
Word up.
So he was there from day one. But he just wasn't around his Staten Island team yet.
Because all along when Just was explaining what he was talking about, you could hear something, but you really can't picture it. Protect Your Neck gave me the picture because I didn't know y'all yet.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? I knew the 3 Abbots. I didn't know the 5 Deadly.
It was something that we all could relate to. When you heard me say, yo, I grew up on the crime side, we all grew up on the crime side. Dex saying, went to jail at the age of 15. God just came home. Right. It's like we so happy to see him. It was like, the last time we seen him, we was on the block having fun with him. Playing in the lobbies and the halls and rhyming, and God know how to play the beatbox real good. And he had rhymes and all of this. And it was like he came home at the time we was doing the video. So it was like, you win. You know what I mean? That's how he was getting snatched in. Yeah. It was one of those situations. Like, just think, if I wasn't there, I probably wouldn't have got snatched in. But I was there. You know what I mean? Just that quick, I could have not been attached to it. Killer got pulled in. Get over here. Boom, boom. You know what I mean? And that became a non-born to the team, and we needed that.
Rest in peace, Old Dirty Bastard. When's the first time you, Master Killer, heard Dirty style? You talked earlier in the conversation about him talking to you about what you had written.
Right.
But his unorthodox style. No father to his style.
No father to his style. His style is classic back of the A-Train, man. Back of the A-Train, banging on the door, his style is classic lunchroom style, banging on the lunchroom table. His style is just raw, man. You know what I'm saying? A cappella, anyway. Never will say the same rhyme twice the same way.
Super different, man. And he mixed the singing.
Singing.
He was a singer too, you know. All he listened to is soul music, you know what I mean? To this day, he still got me listening heavy to soul. No father to his style. He never had one style. You know, he was a producer. A lot of they know he was a producer. Yeah, he was making beats, man. You know, he'd come in and give RZA like 70% or something and tell him, yo, put the 30 on it. You know what I mean? That 30 would be special though. You know, but yeah, he was a magician, man. But when you see an MC in the neighborhood and you just know that he got it and you know that he's, you know, fully equipped with it, he was one of those guys, man. And he was also the motivational speaker for us, as far as giving us that, you know, that complete confidence that we needed to feel great. And that was so crazy. And he was already saying like Wu-Tang Clan rocks the world. And, you know, just he knew something that we didn't know. But that was the hope factor that we needed to really get it the way we wanted to get it, though.
His young guard, Boss Son, man, I mean, it's
Dirty
like
Son.
You almost don't lose. You don't lose anything.
He got the whole voice. He got everything.
Yeah, he got the package.
Wow,
man,
that's
know?
beautiful.
We've been rocking a couple of shows with him right now, and he's really, because you know he came out to represent his father for the anniversary, and who wouldn't want that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's really been stepping up to the bar in a great way and really reminding us like it's like his father's right here, like he's in his body or something, like, because the way this guy be moving and grooving on stage is like
it's his old dad.
Yeah,
All
he's
the
getting
way.
busy though. He's getting busy though.
Cream, cash rules everything around me. Cream became its own slang. Like, that's another thing that probably should be unpacked, is the amount of things that just became language.
Right. My cousin, you know, he used to come to Staten Island, and he used to say cream. It was just in the hood. It was like, you know, it was just going on in Staten at the time. You know, everybody just saying cream now. But it's really a Brooklyn word. You know what I mean? Because he came with the word. But we promoted it more on the island. So when it was time to do that record, Meth, this dude named Ray the Ruckus from our neighborhood, came and broke down the acronym of cream now. Cash rules everything around me. We knew that record was something that was special because it's really where we came from. That record told the story. It told the story of where we was going, where we were at, you know what I mean? And what we was trying to do at the end of the day is to make money to feed our families and all that. So
Reality, right?
a reality rap.
Wu-Tang references is hopefully never gonna stop. Right?
Right.
Logic just put out Young Sinatra 4, and a lot of y'all was on that project or on the song Wu-Tang Forever. Logic gets to these raps. He's not playing. These dudes is not playing with these raps. Like, there's a significant amount of young people that get to these rhymes.
Get down. That's right.
How did the Logic thing happen, right?
You know, it was in the air that, you know, this youngster wanted us to be involved with the record. We was familiar with him, you know, and we liked him. We liked what he was about. And instantly it was like, yo, let's do it, you know. And he was able to have the patience to get it, you know, because I know he was working on it for a second. And at the same time, too, you know, we see what they doing. And if you working, you working. And if it's a possibility to get that, you could get it. And he was able to get it. He was able to reach out, and, you know, one thing led to another. And the next thing you know, he even got one of the top MCs in the neighborhood that we looked up to on the track too. You know, it was like, wow, you even went and got Scotty Waddy on there? Like,
Right.
you know, like how that happened, you know? So, but it happened though.
The timing as well, you know what I'm saying, to get it done. Because, you know, I remember, you know, Drake also reached out for us to get the same. He wanted everybody. You know what I'm saying? He even dedicated a song for, you know, the Wu-Tang or whatever. But, you know, Logic was blessed to, you know, I guess the right timing, and, you know, he got it done. You know what I mean?
The Wu-Tang Clan, 36 Chambers, 25th anniversary tour.
Yes, sir.
What do we know right now about when this is rolling out and when people can participate?
I would say
get tickets and find out.
Top of the year. We're gonna close the year out in Sydney, Australia.
Australia.
That's not a. That's a rare occasion that a rap group is playing the Sydney Opera House.
That's first time, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, that's rare.
You know what I mean? So,
rare air.
Opera House, right?
Yeah, we're gonna close the year out with that, and then top of the year, you'll see the dates going up from our social media sites for the 25th anniversary tour.
I appreciate y'all taking the time out, man. Raekwon.
Appreciate you, E. Word up.
Man. Master Killer. We're going to celebrate some classic, amazing, legendary hip-hop, man. One of the greatest hip-hop albums all time from one of the greatest hip-hop groups all time.
Thank you, brother.